Hi, I'm Devin from Careerified. Welcome back to my home office. Got art class going on downstairs. It's pretty fun. This week's tip is a little bit trickier to explain. So I'm just going to start with some context. So I have been working my way through the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem written by Dr. Nathaniel Branden. It's pretty well known among therapists and counselors, but I will say if you are struggling with your self-esteem, it's also down to earth enough for sort of the average lay person to read. There's some really great tactical tips and exercises in there, so something to think about if you need that. One tiny section in it in particular jumped out at me because of my role in sort of helping people with career decision-making and career clarity. I find very, very often when it comes to our careers, and I don't know if this is more truthful for youth, but I do find in our careers, a lot of times we exist a little bit more in dreamland than we do in reality. And so that's sort of where I wanted to go with this today. If you think about it, Hollywood has trained us really, really well to look for sort of a rom-com world, right? Think about some of the major themes that come out of some of the movies and TV shows you've seen. Stuff like wish upon a star and miracles can happen. If you are true of heart, your fairy godmother will show up just in time to get you ready for the big ball where you'll meet the prince. On the day that you have your biggest dance performance of your life, inevitably some huge agent or scout will have their car break down outside the auditorium. You get the idea. We are very invested in this story that chance meetings change the protagonist's fate for the better and sort of forever. And this we see over and over and over. Enter Dr. Branden. At the end of his chapter on the practice of self-responsibility, he writes out the 4 words that probably no fairy godmother would ever utter. And they are, no one is coming. And that is such a powerful thing to think. If we're always waiting to be in the right place at the right time, then we'll spend all our time looking for that place and that time to make sure we're there when fate kind of intervenes. But we are not then using our time to set goals and to create actionable steps to help us get to those goals. What would happen if we accept that there is no talent scout in the audience? There's no fairy godmother coming. There's no wealthy romantic partner who's about to sweep us off our feet. There is no chance meeting that's going to change everything. If you had to accept that no one is coming to fix your career, to wave your financial responsibilities away, to hand you that fantastic new job, what would you do differently? And as a parent, there's kind of another layer here. So first off, how can you model that behavior? Because it's not intuitive for a lot of people, right? We hear this narrative over and over and over of like, be a good person and good things will happen to you. And that's not necessarily true in real life. So as a parent, how can you model that behavior of setting goals and then taking actionable steps to get there? And moreover, how can you get out of the way so that your kids can practice? That's the biggest issue we have as parents, isn't it? We want to swoop in and change it and fix it and save them and do everything for them. And that's not where true self-efficacy lies. That's not where true self-esteem lies. And that's not really where true success lies either. They need to own it. So my tip for this week really is consider the idea that no one is coming and maybe see what that does in your own life, in your own career, but also consider not being that person for your kids and saying, hey, when I say no one is coming, I mean me too. I'm not coming to bail you out. You're going to have to figure this out. Probably the toughest challenge I've issued you so far. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next week for a new tip. You take good care.